What's up, everybody? It's time for a new customer of the day. I'm gonna do a 2-in-1 again because actually I forgot to record the video the other day. This one goes to this lady whom I don't think she had very many friends, because if she did, her friends would probably tell her that she was stupid. Bluntly put. I mean, anyway. She calls in because she starts off her story saying, hey, I'm trying to update my payment online. It grays out every time I get her to do it. I'm like, okay, maybe the server's down or something like that. I'm asking her, did she refresh it? Blah, 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 blah. Going through all of these simple questions to try and figure out what she's talking about. I was like, okay, so you got auto pay? What's going on? No, I don't have auto pay. Okay. You just trying to make a payment? Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I was like, okay, so we're walking through this to trying to get a refresher screen. She's frustrated, so she's not listening to reason because she's frustrated. I get that. However, when you are frustrated, you have to take that breath to take a couple steps back, because if somebody's trying to help you and you keep telling them what's wrong, they can't help you because you're stuck in what's wrong. Get that. It's life. It happens. Anyway, moving on. So now 17 minutes into this phone call, she was like, oh, there's one other thing. I already made the payment, but I made the payment with the wrong card. Instant hot button at that point. Like, I was instantly pissed. Like, hands down. So I had to sit back from my desk and look out the window and was like, why didn't you just say that at the beginning of the call? Well, I forgot. How do you forget something like that? How do you forget that you being frustrated is because of a payment that you've already made, that of what you're now trying to change the card on, that you, for a payment that you've already freaking made? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to reverse this payment, and in 24 hours, you can process your payment again. I tried that. It graded out. I'm like, ma'am, no, listen. You cannot change the payment of a card that you can't change the card of a payment that you've already made. Like, it's already processed. You've already gotten the confirmation email. You've already gotten all of that. You cannot change any of that. It's too late now. So she's still trying to argue with me. Just still going because she's frustrated and she's not listening. Then the little chick gonna say, well, you people can't seem to understand. I was like, no, I understand everything that you're saying. I said, it's you who does not understand what's going on. You made a mistake, and now you're trying to blame your mistake on somebody else so that you can feel better. That's not how this works. Well, why don't you just help me? I am helping you, lady, but you're not listening to what I'm telling you because you keep telling me about the mistake that you don't want to own up that you made. Well, why can't it let me update my card? Because you've already made the payment, lady. You've already made it, so the system is not going to let you update a payment that you just made. It's not going to do it. So we can reverse it, and you can make this payment with whichever card or bank account that you see fit. This is terrible. I don't understand why customer service has just gone down the drain. I was like, well, again, this is not an issue that anybody here created. You created this. And now you're not wanting to accept the steps of which it's going to take to fix the mess of which you created. She was like, what's so difficult about listening? I listened to you. And I was like, no, you didn't listen to me. And you're still telling me that you're not listening because every time that I speak that you cut me off. Pet peeve number 2. So then she begins to yell, pet peeve number 3. And then I hit her with, ma'am, we're both adults. You don't have to yell to try and get me to understand what you assume that I don't understand, because I do understand what you're telling me, and I'll reiterate it. You made a payment with the wrong card. I'm reversing your payment so that you can make your payment with the proper card. That way you do not get hit with the return check fee. That's what's going on. No, I want to update the payment that I made. Great. So now that we understand each other, you made a payment with the wrong card. I'm reversing your payment. You can make your payment within 24 hours with the proper card. You must not be that educated because you don't understand. I was like, ma'am, your request has absolutely nothing to do with education. But I'm not even going to go down that line with you and the mistake of what you made. I said, and now that we're on this gerbil wheel, I'm going to politely stop it and exit stage left. You can process your next payment in 24 hours. I have reversed the payment of which you have made. Anything else I need to assist with? Well, you didn't help me. I said, ma'am, that's your assumption. But the request of which you need for the mistake of which you've made, I have cleaned up your mess. Now that you can go and make another mess. You be safe out there and enjoy the rest of your day. So then she continues to yell, still yelling. I said, ma'am, I need for you to release this call because you and I are done. You're yelling and venting. I need to assist other people on the line. Go ahead and release the call. She's still yelling. I said, ma'am, I've ended this call. I'm now going to release it. Don't you dare hang up on me. I'm not done talking to you. At that point, I'm just like, all my niceness went out the window at that point. I said, what is it that you want? You need to help me. I'm old. I just don't understand. I said, great. Now we have the understanding that you don't understand what just took place. I'll explain it again. Now for the 4th time. You made a payment with the wrong card. You need to make it with a different card. I've reversed your payment. In 24 hours, you can make your payment with the card that you need to do so. Simply put. Well, why didn't it let me do that online? Ma'am. Now for the 5th time, it's not going to let you update a payment that of which you have already made. You can't change what happened in the past. We have to fix it and move forward. This is the resolution. You be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hung up the call. Y'all, I get people get frustrated, but if you go to somebody else for help, you have to be ready and willing to take the help of which they are providing to you. Don't sit here and say ain't nobody helping you when you sitting here crying wolf, but you don't want to listen to nothing that nobody else got to say to you because you think you know it all. Well, age surely doesn't bring common sense, because she was dumb as a doornail. I mean, just dumb for no reason. And then have the gall to try to bring up somebody else in their education. Honey, education does not breed common sense and listening skills. You learn how to listen when you're a toddler. When your mama says, come to mama, those are listening skills. That ain't got nothing to do with education. Moving on with the next lady. How do I want to start this? Don't call in somewhere and you sound like you are in a romper room or a daycare and then complain because you can't hear the person that you're trying to talk to. This lady sounded like she was in a daycare with 100 screaming toddlers. Kept trying to tell me that she couldn't hear me. Ma'am, and I'm not going to talk loud because, quite frankly, I was enjoying my music in the background. And I didn't want to talk over Sade because she was actually calming my nerves. She's still hollering about she can't hear me. Still just going at it. She can't hear me. She can't hear me. So I hear this bad little boy in the background who, at this point, I'm told her to shut up. It's the little boy. I'm told this lady to shut up. That sent a surge over my soul because I wanted to take my belt off, jump through the phone, and wear that little boy out. But I can't fault him because he got to learn it from somewhere. And I'm gonna leave it at that. She kept talking about she couldn't hear me. So then I get her account pulled up and she's asking questions. And she's asking me the same question just in different ways because she can't focus on what's being said to her because she got a Shikashay and a Shavion in the background. She's still trying to ask me these questions. And so then, because her questions aren't particularly making sense, I hit her with, are you looking at the bill right now? Then she says, no, I'm dealing with my grandson. So then I said, well, when your hands aren't full and you have more time to sit and talk and hear, you can call us back. No, I feel it's best if I just do it right now. I said, well, ma'am, in all due respect, I said, we're not making any leeway because I can't hear you over the crying child in the background. You don't have a bill, so you can't follow along. And even if you had a bill, you can't follow along still because your mind is elsewhere because you're focusing on this child in the background. So then, as I'm talking, she just hauls off and starts talking to, I guess, the little boy's mama, having a full-fledged conversation, talking about where the diaper bag at, go get it out the diaper bag, and da-da-da, having a full-fledged conversation, y'all. I literally had to catch myself, and I was like, so I guess manners just went out the window when she said, excuse me. Should have said, excuse me, because, I mean, I was trying to help her out, and she just start talking to somebody else. I guess she got ADD, I don't know. But then I'm sitting here saying hello, because, again, I'm not about to yell. Not yelling at all, because Sade is still in the background. You know, still mellow sounds, we going. Then she must have picked up this little boy and like started carrying him, because I promise you it sounded like I was in the room with her. Like This boy was yelling at the top of his lungs, and she had the audacity to pick him up and put him right next to her phone. Y'all, it was so many things going on in that situation. Then she said, so yeah, what were you saying? I was like, ma'am, I can't hear you. So then she starts yelling louder. I said, ma'am, I said, and now you're just yelling to try and cover up the crying baby. I said, it's okay if you need to call back. We're going to be here until we close. I'm not going to be here until we close, because I'll be done left long before then. I said, but it's okay, ma'am. If you need to call back, you can definitely call back. No, I just want to get this over with now. So I continued to explain everything to her. And she can't hear me because she's now yelling at the boy to hush. Hush, stop that. Nana on the phone, stop that. No. Nana, you do not have full control of that situation. Get the belt out and beat that little boy's behind. I mean, but it's got to start from somewhere. Because if this boy can't see that you on the phone and he yelling at the top of his lungs, and then you're matching him by yelling at him, we got some whole different issues going on in that household. Whatever happened to the saying of children should be seen and not heard? Little Ashavion should have been seen and not heard. You should have popped them legs, depending on how old he is. Get your hand and pop them legs, or get a belt out and pop that behind. He would have learned. See, that couldn't have been my child. Could have been my child. Because A, my child would have learned, when I'm on the phone, you hush, not unless there's a bone sticking out of your body and we got blood spewing everywhere. Aside from that, I don't want to hear you while I'm on the phone. And if you continue to want to act out, I'm going to look at you the first time. I'm going to just look at you at that point. And if you going to catch my look, that means go away. And if you still want to try me, the person that I'm on hold with, that I'm on the phone with, I'm going to put them on hold for a quick second. I'm going to get my belt, depending upon your age, and I'm going to wear you out. And then I'm going to get back on the phone. And then I get off the phone, I'm going to wear you out again for being rude and disrespectful, because you know better than that. Long story short, y'all, when you're frustrated, take a step back before you try to assess the situation and ask for help, because thinking out of your frustration, you ain't going to get very far. And if you're in a room with crying children and you're not prepared to speak business on the phone, call back, y'all. It's okay. You got a whole 30 days for a bill print again. It is quite all right. But anyway, I'm out. I'm about to go jump in the pool and have a good old Friday. Be easy.